According to crypto quant analyst, whale Bitcoin holdings are still rising, but a reversal could signal a cycle top similar to the 2021 peak. Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. Appreciate you guys as always. I know this has probably got a lot of people confused, what's really happening, Bitcoin top already in. The reason why you're still seeing, whale, and what's considered a whale is we're talking about big amounts of money that is accumulating BTC. That is considered a whale. And there's a lot of institutional demand coming in this time around. We're seeing a complete shift that we haven't seen in the past. So that's why those numbers are still rising. And in terms of a peak, we're going to talk about that later in this update. But looking across the board, we're seeing quite a bit of Reddit once again. Obviously, we're in a weekend. On the weekends, more manipulation than usual due to the CME futures being closed. But what's really interesting here that a lot of people will overlook is the fact that XRP is one of the very few coins that's in green. We're looking at about 1% increase. I know it's nothing crazy, but it's something that you don't want to overlook. Simple as that. You're seeing the broader market seeing a retracement, yet XRP is up about 1%. Really gives you a better understanding as to how good it's holding. But now, if you're looking at the price of XRP on the monthly time frame, still up about 30%, with the price currently sitting at $2.96, up 2.5% in Bitcoin comparative. Valuation $175.8 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about 6.8 billion. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. Take a look at this. Odds of a 25 BPS Fed rate cut in September have surged to 69%, while chances of no change are dropped to 24% according to Polymarket. And a lot of people anticipating that, the month of September will finally see a rate cut. Obviously, due to the CPI numbers as well. If CPI, numbers come higher this month, of course, I think the meeting is sometime next week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sorry, in a week and a half time frame from now. And of course, if CPI numbers come higher, that could cause not the dominance. Maybe that could really trigger, the Feds to come in, step in, and finally do maybe about a 25 BPS rate cut. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, but I think this would be a big step in the right direction. And in terms of timing as well, I think this is perfect in terms of timing as well. So do let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. And on top of that, as we are seeing some retracement right now for the broader market, you are looking at Eric Trump just coming out and tweeting this just not too long ago, saying, let me say it again, buy the dips, BTC, ETH. And this is coming from Eric Trump, of course. This is Eric Trump's personal opinion. Do let me know again what you guys personally think. Is this really a good time to be buying BTC? Maybe the month of August we might see some choppy levels, but BTC is pulling down, which of course is causing the entire market to dip. And of course, for people that dollar cost average, I'm sure you guys are happy right now because there is definitely opportunity out there in the market, but you always want to be doing your due diligence research when you are investing in crypto. Cannot stress this enough. But let's take a look at this. Shout out to Smoke as always. In a private July 2025 investors call, HSBC revealed plans to expand blockchain-based services in September 2025, enabling always-on wholesale cross-border payments operating 24/7. The call also confirmed the U.S. rollout of wholesale blockchain payment services is targeted by early 2026, accelerated by recent federal pro-crypto legislation, which expects to move at pace. Institutional, demand are now moving for planning for full-scale blockchain deployment, and that's amazing. And on top of that, remember, HSBC announced advanced commercialization efforts using Ripple's technology, and of course, this has been documented. Look at this most recent Bank of America, Merrill Lynch standard, pretty much kind of going over some of the partners became the founding members of the Global Payment Steering group, which aims to develop rules and governance around the use of Ripple technology for global payments. And XRP ETF decision could come within 21 days as SEC reviews new listing frameworks. So you can see this for yourself. If adopted, these changes would allow eligible crypto ETFs to list without submitting individual 19B forms, which currently trigger long SEC review periods. And of course, this was where they could streamline the process. And we've talked about this in the past. This move could significantly cut down the time and cost required to bring crypto ETFs to the market. The SEC currently reviewed a flood of crypto ETF applications, including the ones that are Solana, XRP, Doge. The earliest decision on the new listing framework could come within 21 days. A lot of people projecting, again, these rumors have been flying around from the beginning of the year that, we could potentially see these ETFs go live in the month of October. If that happens, I think that could be insane. But we'll see what happens. You got to still take it one step at a time. But of course, the Ripple Swell event that's going to be taking place in November, and how BlackRock is going to be speaking there, that has really sparked up a lot of speculation whether or not maybe a filing is coming on board. Do let me know your personal thoughts down below regarding this. But on that note, to take a look at this, Carolina fan posted this today. I announced the CFTC will start a crypto sprint to work closely with SEC, Paul Atkins and Hester Pierce to achieve SEC, government's Project Crypto and deliver on President Trump's promise of a global age of crypto. America is back. So things are happening. If anyone's going to come out and say, things have not been happening, there are a lot of big things happening across the board, and some stuff that, of course, we don't really want to be overlooking. But on that note, look at this. Vincent posted this. Phase of cryptocurrencies and digital asset market adoption. So pretty much the early days, and then obviously still the early days, and then of course we are entering into that mass adoption level. So you could see Vincent posted this. This is a diagram in the latest POTUS crypto report. Why is no one talking about this? It has pretty much dethroned BTC and promoted the likes of XRP, XLM, Solana, and XDC, which is very, very interesting. So again, let me know your personal thoughts down below, but let's take a look at what's happening with the overall prices. If you're looking at the dominance, it has continued to increase, and what I want you guys to focus on is where the dominance currently lies. Dominance is currently sitting above our May lows, which was around the 61.91%, but we have broken above that range. A level where I don't really like to see the dominance at, but we can't really be surprised because, of course, BTC has done exactly what we've been talking about. Pretty much after breaking below the 115,000, we have been in this downwards trajectory, and as I've stated, we were talking about 112,000 to be retested. We didn't come exactly to the 112, but we came very, very close. You can see this for yourself. BTC definitely, in this downwards trajectory will cause the dominance to go up, so I'm not surprised at that. But XRP still tends to hold better than the broader market. So pretty much what I want to tell you guys is this key support line right here, guys, around the $2.88 is really coming in as a major support for us right now, because you could see we retested it once again just a few hours back when Bitcoin did drop down to 112,800, and we did see that exact same level come as a support, but we have seen a bounce. But it's ranging really, really nicely here, guys. From our monthly high, we're seeing a retracement of only about 19.4%, a very, very healthy correction. A lot of people will forget that, but I will continue to remind you guys that, the price of XRP has held its ground very, very nicely. And I do believe that when the market were to turn around, you will see XRP making its move back towards the upside. So again, we saw what happened back from November of last year all the way to up till, July. We saw this consolidation, nice healthy consolidation, and right now we are holding much better than the broader market still for XRP, and this is where the credit belongs, and we got to give it the credit where it belongs. So far so good. We're going to take it one step at a time. Let me know down below what you guys think. We'll see you later from Crypto ZX, and peace out.